Hello, my name is Alice. I run Authentic House, which is a plastic-free home refills and self-care online shop and eco-friendly subscription box. I run Authentic House with my partner Daniel from our house in Cardiff, and we founded it in about 2018 when I first discovered sustainable home products, and I really wanted to share them with more people. Authentic House is unique in that we were the first eco-friendly subscription box to launch in the UK. And I guess with small businesses, each small business is unique because of the people who run it. And so I would say my personality comes out in what I post in our Instagram and also in the products that I choose to stock. Like Authentic House also has got its own product range in the last year of soaps, hair care. We're going to have moisturisers soon and a new range of candles. And I guess what I'm trying to aim at this year is to go closer to our purpose of encouraging people to create change on a more systemic level. So I'm going to be posting about books I read and perhaps like policies that we can support changes for a world that basically is more sustainable and is protected for future generations. Another thing we do is we plant a tree for every order, so we've planted over 2,000 trees to date. They're all over the world. I decided to venture into starting my own business after I spent the first 3 years of my career working in a big corporate in Edinburgh, and towards the end I was in the innovation team and we were studying startups and looking at what they were doing and trying to bring on learnings from them. And I was thinking, I'm a young person, I would love to be in one of those startups, creating change and doing something purposeful. And the idea of leading a purposeful life really came to me after a conversation with a colleague who had told me about his intention always to be doing social good through bringing about social cohesion. And I started to think, what can I do? So I left my job and went travelling for a little bit, and then I knew that I wanted to create a social enterprise that helped people live in a more eco-friendly way at home. I guess when you think about minimalism as the path to a sustainable lifestyle, a lot of sustainable living is thinking about what you bring into your home. So it doesn't need to mean buying lots of products. It can mean being aware of, for example, anything you bring into your home has had an impact on the planet. So sourcing them carefully and making sure that they maybe support small businesses, are made ethically, use organic ingredients, and in that way you can reduce your impact. And then it's also looking at what you remove from your home. So for example, we know that there's a big issue with plastic recycling and a lot of plastic being found in the ocean. And basically our waste doesn't disappear, it relies on someone to recycle it. So I guess there's always that thought of only having what you truly need. But I would add to that nowadays I think with consumerism we have a sense of maximalism in our home, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, like bringing in lots and lots of different products and things, and one in colour, and even millennials with houseplants. And I think that is also reflected on the outside by a poverty in nature and the loss of biodiversity. So even the nature that we know or that our parents knew when they were children was already vastly degraded. We've had the loss of our woodlands, the loss of our local birds. So I think minimalism in the home can be about reducing our impact, but I don't think it's the sole answer. I think we need to realise that the outside world, nature, should be brighter and healthier than it is, and we need to take steps to improve on the situation for now and for future generations. I think that focusing on changes at home to start with is a really good idea, because if you were trying to protect the planet at home and you can at a small level, that gives you confidence to go and start challenging bigger companies, challenging your MPs to protect the environment on a larger scale. So some really easy changes I first made was to remove bottles from the bathroom and switch to soap bars and shampoo bars, conditioner bars, shave bars, basically anything in a bar, because that completely removes packaging. There are also some really good things you can do around, for example, shaving. Using a reusable safety razor can save you a lot of money over the course of your life compared to buying new razors. And particularly for women with period products, I think it's a feminist issue about how much money is made by selling disposable period products to women, but actually you can make some reusable switches which are both really good for the environment but will save you a lot of money. For example, looking up, you can use a period cup, or you can use a reusable pads or period underwear. So I think it's just being aware and trying out a few changes, and generally you don't need to make all the changes at once. I certainly didn't. Use what you have that's most important. But next time you do need to bring something into your house, as with everyday products, you need toothpaste, you need to wash your hair, you need to wash your hands, then look at where those products come from and see if there's a way that you can source those products that's in line with your values and how you feel about sustainability and protecting the planet. I'm not sure I'd speak in terms of trends, because I believe that sustainable living is something that we build up, and that if we keep using the products we have, we don't need to follow trends. But I can see a change in thought, I'd say, over the last few years. So for example, in 2018 it was all about plastic pollution. In 2019 we started thinking about climate change a lot more. 2020 we had the pandemic, which really shook us into seeing how vulnerable we were, and also the link between the pandemic and how we're destroying and disrespecting our wildlife. In 2021, with documentaries like Seaspiracy, for example, I think we're going to look more at the loss of our wildlife, and I think we're going to start demanding of our governments to make more widespread changes to ensure that we can live equally. Also, actually, looking at the Black Lives Matter movement last year, we're a lot more aware of who we depict. I think also we're on a path with the rise of veganism. We're thinking about other people from different backgrounds and having more empathy with them, but I think that we're going to see a rise in empathy with animals, and cruelty-free products being even more important, and potentially removing more and more animal products from the everyday items we use. I like Indreeya because of your take on a sustainable lifestyle, but also mixing that with your Indian heritage and the recipes that you share. And I think you've always been really kind in supporting smaller businesses. And to some extent, you also remind me of myself when I was starting Authentic House and going out and interviewing lots of small businesses. So I'll be excited to see how you grow Indreeya over the next year and more.